I was the Jesse. It is good to be here today. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. I didn't call my mom yet. It's okay. She knows I'm still recovering from Cinco de Mayo last week. Right? A lot of other people too. I love my mom, but I also love Cinco de Mayo. Right? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's white people's favorite holiday. Yeah. It's goes Cinco de Mayo, Christmas, and then I think it's the Taylor Swift Eras tour. Right? Well, I don't know why anyone wouldn't like it. You go out, you eat tacos, you drink drinks, you say it's Cinco de Drinko, which in Spanish actually translates to I have no Mexican friends. I remember when I was younger, in school, we would learn that Cinco de Mayo is Mexican Independence Day. And then when we were older, we would learn it's not Mexican Independence Day. It's like a whole other holiday. But I think that's just how we learn about cultures in this country. We have to like equate them to things here, right? So like Cinco de Mayo, that's Mexican Independence Day. Hanukkah, that's Jewish Christmas. Diwali, that's Indian Coachella. I've been watching some more TV recently. I've been watching Succession. Any Succession fans? Yeah. It's a great show. If you haven't seen Succession, it's basically about this father who pits kids against themselves to see who's going to take over the family business. And you haven't watched TV in years, just think of it like the plot of Willy Wonka, but without the chocolate. I kind of wish that's how people explain TV shows to me. Like, I never finished Game of Thrones, but if someone had told me it was like the show Dragon Tales, but with incest, like, I would have been all in, right? I think Joe would have too. Also been using social media a lot recently. This sounds so old. Any social media fans? I've been using LinkedIn. That's my favorite one. That's a social media, right? Yeah. LinkedIn's the app that tells you you're just not doing enough professionally. Your friends are, but you aren't. It's like the social media equivalent of getting dinner with your parents. That's a sad little story. But I like LinkedIn because it's the only app that tells you when someone's actually looking at your profile, right? You get a little notification. That's awesome. Like sometimes, yeah, you love that. Sometimes you get like a name. Other times it'll say someone with the title CEO viewed your profile, and you're like, okay. That's never happened, but I feel like it too. But then other times you'll get enough hints about the person, you can like tell who it is anyway, right? Like the other day, I got a notification that said, someone with the title retired, who's in their mid-50s, likes playing piano, and has a crippling fear of developing early onset Alzheimer's, viewed your profile. And I texted my dad, don't you have anything better to do? He didn't even remember it. A little bit about me, I'm Jewish, but I'm not like super Jewish. I'm more like Adam Sandler Jewish. Just use it to get gigs. I did have a bar mitzvah when I was younger. When I was 13, I had a bar mitzvah, which is about like a boy becoming a man. And I know you're thinking, you're like, what? A 13-year-old? That's not an adult. I think the only place where a 13-year-old is an adult is in the Torah, or maybe like the newest Drake song. Alright, we got some tension. I had to go to Hebrew school every week to prepare for my bar mitzvah, which I hated. Because I had to spend time learning the Torah every weekend when all my friends were like hanging out or riding bicycles or learning how to masturbate. Missed out. They don't talk about that in Hebrew school, but they do talk a lot about the hand of Moses. So, let my people come. I'm not saying because of this that Jews are sexually stunted or anything. He is. I'm not. He is. But I am pretty sure in the 40 years that they were spending wandering around the desert, half of the time they spent looking for the clit. And honestly, when you have your bar mitzvah, it is a little like having sex for the first time. Because it's really awkward at first. The videos don't really do it justice. And the best part is at the end when someone gives you $475. Just me, okay. I was on a date once with this French girl, and she was asking me about being Jewish. And one thing I've learned is that even if someone knows absolutely nothing about Judaism, for some reason they always know that it's passed through the mom, right? So technically you're only Jewish if your mom's Jewish. So this girl asked me, she says, which of your grandparents are Jewish? Which, honestly, kind of weird question for a first date. But she was French, so I allowed it. So I tell this girl, I say, actually, all of my grandparents are Jewish, except for my mom's mom, right? So that's what I tell her. That's not what she hears. She hears me say a riddle. She hears me say, out of 4 of my grandparents, Jewish are 3. So let me ask you, what does that make me? I can see the gears start to turn in her head as she thinks about what I just said. She's like, your mom's not Jewish, which means your mom's not Jewish, which means you're not actually Jewish. As if it was like she was a Scooby-Doo character revealing who the villain was in that episode. I'm like, this girl, who probably knows everything she knows about Judaism from watching Seth Rogen movies, just accused me of not being Jewish. Like, she was French, but this was feeling like the Spanish Inquisition. And I'm like, why would I lie about that? Why would I lie about being Jewish? Lying about being Jewish is kind of like lying about liking EDM. Hear me out. Sure, it might help you get an Asian girl. But it's not going to help you graduate from Columbia any faster. All right, thanks everyone.